So basically this is the space like between these two star banners where I want to create a big piece of art.
Hi guys, so this is editing Melanie, and I wanted to start by saying I did not anticipate this project to go where it went. Specifically, I started filming it to share as a part of an Instagram post, but then also to use the video for some of the other types of videos I make on this YouTube channel. But before I knew it, it became its own full-fleshed project. So here I am with a 43-minute video, and I don't even know how long it took me to work on. So essentially, Melanie in these clips, she didn't know that any of this was coming. That's why right now I'm not talking to the camera. Um, and I feel like I never really decided that I was going to make this video. I feel like just became a thing where I wanted to film the process, even if I ended up deleting the footage. And now I'm glad I didn't delete the footage because I've had a lot of fun working on this project and I think it's been good for me. So, right now my original plan when I started this was just to film myself drawing out the design and then tracing it in one outline. One thing led to another, and I ended up painting almost the whole thing. So, yeah, that's why there's no talking at these beginning parts, but I do start talking to the camera. These first clips just don't have that.
But then I was like, oh, I should just do the outline in black. And then of course that leads, like one thing leads to another. And here we are. I'm happy with it. I still have to figure out some parts of it, specifically like I have a plan for this side, but so I'm trying to figure out how to approach that. But yeah, the outline of the dragon is done for the most part. The roots are done, except for like a lot of the parts on the border of the pages I'm just not touching because I already got paint on my wall and these aren't mine to like paint on necessarily. Good morning. It's already 10 a.m., which is fine because as someone who is PMSing, like I recognize I need way more rest. Some mornings I feel like I wake up and I just want to put on a podcast right away. Like I'm ready to get my day going. I'm ready to be like stimulated. But sometimes when I wake up, especially in winter, I will just put on bird noises just to kind of, I don't know. Alas, let's get this day going. So here's what we're gonna do. You see how I started the scales here? I'm not gonna do it like on here. I'm gonna take off piece by piece, do it at my desk, and then hang it back up. The thing is that I don't have the equipment to like do an overhead shot of me painting, and I've tried so many different setups. So yeah, I'm just gonna take it down piece by piece, paint it, put it back up. So my goal today is to finish the scales. I don't think I will be scaling his face, but yeah, scaling the body. And then I really want to get the pomegranates painted. I kind of want to paint them as if they're all open is if you can see them, because like the beautiful little dots, you'll see what I mean. But I think the additional texture would be cool. I need to address this because I actually kind of, the story behind this is that I did the opposite. I like painted the opposite of where I wanted to, so that I kind of had to adjust the root design of this root spiral, which is fine. I like how it turned out. I just gotta like clean it up here and then connect it up here again. Yeah, and then for the tree, I don't think I will be adding any texture because I really like how the roots look as they are. I think with the dragon being scaled and the pomegranates having texture and like the foliage being an additional texture, there's really no need to add any type of tree texture. I don't want it to be too overwhelming, especially if we do add something here. I'm a big fan of symmetry, so I don't really like the idea of leaving this blank. Maybe I can paint a cat. I have to figure out how. So this is a black onyx cat that I've had for years, and I love this cat so much. And when I travel, I take her with me. It'd be cool if I could do like a bigger, just imagine like this there. I don't know if I should lean into like an exact painting of this cat, or if I should like play around with a different way to paint the cat. But like the cat would be so stoic that I'm like, maybe it would be a good balance of like, you can like feel the dragon like being more fluid and like coming out of the ground, and then it's like a solid being over here. But yeah, and then as for like right here, I'm kind of thinking of like putting the thing I want to put on here on another red piece of paper, and then just planning to like, let me explain this better. Let's say I do a heart. Let's say I paint a heart. I would paint the heart on here, probably cut it out, and then just like put it over here. Because yeah, I'm not a big fan of like painting a heart here and it's being split in half. So next, I think I will take this one, but I'm going to first make sure that the next row of scales is aligned, and I need to take off this tape. The goal is just to get the first row of scales, and then I'm going to take it off. Okay, so that's the first part of the cat. I think it's going to be a bummer to not see like the blades of grass, so I might just outline them in white or like in the red so that you can still see the blades of grass even though the cat's body is going to come down this way. I'm excited to see the cat once it's all together. I think it's a weird adjustment because it's been maybe a week since I started this. A lot of the footage that you've seen before this was just in one day. Like I just kind of did everything and then I took a break for a week. So I've been looking at it. I've been looking at this painting without the cat for so long that it's just hard to get used to. I don't think the cat is bad. I don't like regret the cat, but I'm holding space for the fact that it's not familiar to me to look at. It's not familiar for me to look at. And I think that this cat is gonna be almost like a gargoyle, something that's not moving, but like you feel like it's watching you and like it is alive. So, yes. And now we have the finale. Well, not really. I have to do the pomegranates, but like the finale maybe of the dragon's body. Oh my god, I just smudged it. I'm just gonna go in the safe zones where I don't have to be precise. I don't think I think it's fine if the grass is like covered up. I think we will live. Okay. Cute. Nice. Now we can work on the scales. The truth is that it's that time of day where I want to go to the gym. Later, I will paint the pomegranates. It might be tomorrow when I do that. It's just really annoying to figure out a lighting setup that works in here when the sun isn't out. So we'll see. I know there's no rush. I know that I'm creating my own schedule on this project. It almost makes me sad that it's not like one giant piece of paper or like canvas. I don't even know how I would store a giant piece of paper. Like it would get fucked up. This is the painting so far. Okay, I need to get going. Good morning. We're back at it. It is the next day. To be honest, I'm feeling pretty drained. Not because of this, but just in general. I don't want to think about it too much. But I also think it's like important to acknowledge how you're feeling before embarking or continuing a creative project. So yeah, and I like the cat. I might like just not have eyebrows. It's because my cat that you guys saw, it has kind of like a blank expression, which I kind of love about it. And I think the dragon looks like it's gonna kick your ass enough where like The cat doesn't necessarily have to look that way. The truth is, I am a theater kid. I'm not sure if I am still a theater kid, because in high school I was a theater kid. I was in theater. I loved musicals, blah blah blah. But now I'm not really sure, is there an expiration date on being a theater kid? Because technically I haven't been in the theater for 6 years now. I'm 24, and I had this 18-year-old ask me, are you a theater kid? And I don't know how old they thought I was. So I don't know if they were asking, are you in theater now in high school? Or if they were asking, was I a theater kid in high school and now I'm still a theater kid? I don't know, you guys. I don't know. But I say that all to bring you to the point that I remembered Hamilton existed. And this happens a lot with me. I will listen to music, and it's not that I stop liking it, but it just goes on the far back burner. So yeah, I remembered Hamilton existed recently, and that felt really good, pretty comforting. Okay, I'll paint now. Okay, so I'm trying to think of how to do this. Wait, maybe I should practice. Okay, it's still drying, but these are the pomegranates I painted. I think they look pretty good. This one is inspired by this sign for Jupiter. I think, I don't know. I'm gonna start with these ones. Here we go. I'm having a trust the process moment. Oh, I look so tired. I forgot to account for the fact that while in the practice paintings of the pomegranates that I showed you, the background is red. So you see the outline of the pomegranates in black and you understand the shape, whereas because the foliage is black, these are the pomegranate shapes. And this one is gonna be hanging down here. So I'm hoping that through these ones and these ones and these ones and that one, you'll be able to, it'll normalize the shape because these ones aren't completely lost in the foliage. These ones are kind of funny, but maybe it's fine. We'll see how it looks. So I might have a gym crush, but the thing is, I've only seen him once, and he was almost getting hit by a car, and that's all I know about him. I don't know how much consistency visually is necessary to consider a gym crush. So maybe I won't say gym crush, but I definitely saw a gym cutie. Let's see what we're doing. Oh wow, I almost just fell.
Scary.
Okay, it looks less concerning than I thought it would. So, truthfully, I am freezing. It is really cold in my room. But even though I'm almost done, I think I'm just gonna take a break and lay in my bed because I'm cold. Wait, okay. This is exciting. This is exciting. There we go. Cool. Hi, another week has passed. I think it's time to see this to completion. Very interesting witnessing my own creative timeline. I took another week or so because I had family in town, and then I also got my period, so I didn't have the most energy to sit down and film and continue this. I didn't really reference any of my practice pomegranates for any of the pomegranates that you can see, but I think for the last one, I'm gonna do the Jupiter pomegranate. So this is the cat's face, which I know you haven't been seeing it like this, but yeah, I have to address the pencil eyes. I drew them on like super uneven, but yeah, I decided to get rid of the eyebrows. And now the next step is to figure out the cat eyes. The cat that I have does not have like the slit eyes. It's got circular pupils, and so I have to figure out what I prefer as far as that is concerned. And then I'll also be taking a blank piece of this red paper, and I will be off camera creating different designs to put here, and then I will be taping it up to show you guys. It's weird. I feel maybe this is why I kind of drag my feet. I think coming to the end of a project is for some reason not as much fun as starting it or being in the middle of it. And maybe that's something to work on within myself and my own practice. Yeah, there's even a part of me that wants to take another day and create this part tomorrow, or like do the cat eyes tomorrow, but I don't know where that's coming from. I don't know if that's coming from a space of like give it more time, or if it's coming from a place of like dragging my feet. So it's just kind of interesting the way that you can notice yourself responding to something you're doing purely for joy or entertainment. Next time you see me, hopefully I will be showing you a few different designs I came up with for that area of the painting. It's a bit later, it's much colder in my room. So I have the heart painted and I really like it. It's interesting to have painted it and now I know I have to cut it out, but I don't even want to touch it further because I don't want to ruin it. But it's like all I have to do is cut it out. Are you ready? You kind of saw it already, I guess. But I guess that doesn't do justice. This is the heart design I made. I took inspiration from like the biblical descriptions of angels being like these floating creatures with wings and eyes. But I'll show you a little behind the scenes. So it started with just like a realistic looking heart here, and I wanted it to be visually representing like a radiating heart, right? So then I did this, but this kind of looks more like an explosion, and this was like the vibe I was going for more. So then after that I created this one, which is a heart, you know, it's radiating, you can see that, and this is what channeled the inspiration. Fuck, I keep putting this on wet paint. Okay. That fueled inspiration for this one, because I thought, what if I did smaller hearts coming off of the big heart and it being more complex than just a regular heart or even an anatomically correct heart. So came up with this idea, I added the eyes, and then next I came up with this one because I thought, what if I gave it more eyes? And the last one I came up with, actually this one might have been before that one, was this one. I thought about making the eye in the center radiating, and I still like this idea. I think though if I cut out the other one and I don't like it and I prefer this one, I'll probably repaint this one because I want the eye more centered. This is what we have, and we're gonna cut it out and put it up. This is actually making me kind of sad because I still have to take this all down for another video idea I have. I will enjoy it while it's up. I can put it up after, it's not a big deal. The other video idea I have has been waiting very patiently for me to finish this because this is the only thing keeping me from starting the other video. And I'm really excited about the other video, so yeah, it'll be fine. So after thinking about it more, I am a theater kid. It's not something I think you grow out of, unless if you grow out of liking musicals. Like, I think as long as you like the theater, you are well, I don't know, because you can like the theater but not have been in theater. I'm just trying to say that I am a theater kid, and I'm learning a lot about myself during the duration of this project, and that's something I just wanted to confirm here because this was the first place that I questioned it.
Yesterday, I was on the Stairmaster for an hour, and I was really proud of myself. And today, I can really feel it. And the day before that, I did arms, so I can really feel like... Honestly, I think I'm gonna feel my legs tomorrow. As far as arms are concerned, I really feel that today. Okay, here we go. Gosh, the lighting in here is just like... Does this help or does this make it worse? I don't like it. Oh well. You guys get what you get what you get. I think I want it right here. Now let's look. Let's take a moment. So the truth is, I kind of like how it disappears up here, but I want to see what it's like when it's not disappearing. You live in a fantasy. Maybe right here. The interesting thing is that because of its size, it does look like it's radiating. Which is what I was going for, but I also wonder if I want it to be a little bit smaller. But it's such a funny shape that it's like, would making it smaller help? There's only one way to find out. And we all know that I have the time. Let's try to make it smaller and we'll see what we can do. You know, I'm gonna leave it up here because maybe it needs to just sit there for a second. Okay, I'm not on the internet that much, so I don't know if this is like a video that a lot of people would remember or not. But do you know, have you seen that video where like it's like a boyfriend is like behind the camera or like a husband or something, and he walks into a room and he's like, babe, and then he opens the door and he's like, what the fuck? And she's like, I can explain, but she's wearing like almost like a sea creature face like costume thing, but it doesn't look like one that you just like pull over your head. Like it looks like it's like strapped to her, or like, but it's got like things here, and then the mouth is not even moving because it's like sticking out of her face. And it, but okay, so I was just like goofing around for a minute, right? Playing with some art. Tell me why this looks like that. This is actually what she looked like. This is maybe a more abstract interpretation of how she looked, but this is what she looked like. And when I was painting this, I was painting it actually this way, but then I couldn't unsee it. The power of the subconscious mind. You guys, I'm tired. I'm gonna go to bed. Well, first I'm gonna take a bath and then I'm gonna go to bed. The paint is still drying. I've been waiting a while. That's promising. I've been waiting. I don't want to wait anymore. I'm tired. I want to go to bed. I want to read. I want to journal. I want to meditate. I want to go to bed. Good morning. So I've been up since like 2:30 with a migraine. It's better, but it still really hurts. I'm gonna do what I can to finish
I'm gonna do what I can to get rid of the migraine to finish the painting. But yeah, it just makes me sad because I used to never get migraines, and then something happened and now I get them, and I specifically get them after working on art for like, it could be a minimum of like 2 hours, and it's because I'm like looking down at my desk and like working. It's something in my neck that like gets really irritated, and then it triggers a migraine, and it's really frustrating to want to make art and to be creative, and then to just anticipate like physical pain after being creative. And I also don't want to associate making art with being in physical pain, but that seems to be the pattern where every time I like sit down and work on something and dedicate a solid amount of time to something, that night or the next day I get this like neck based migraine. It's like right here. So yeah, I'm gonna get my morning started, meaning I'm gonna eat some breakfast and see if I can alleviate the pain. Last night I didn't cut out the second angel I made, the smaller one, so I know cutting with my X-Acto knife is like something I have to like lean over for and like be really focused on, and I think that's just gonna amplify the pain. So yeah, it's crazy too because technically I could just leave the painting as it is. Hi guys, so I finished the painting. There's not any footage between the migraine and now. That's just how this happened. Here is the painting as a whole. I'm really happy with it. I think I love it. I think I'm in love. I chose to go with the smaller heart because it just felt like more balanced between the dragon, the heart, and the cat. I'm really happy with it. I'm really proud, and here is something that I will tell you about this painting because I haven't really talked about the meaning behind it or the inspiration of it. There's a podcast episode that I listened to, and I'll put the episode in the description. And it was basically about protectors and guardians and how across cultures, protectors and guardians are seen as like essential part of spiritual practices, religions, cultures in general, and specifically about how Westerners have taken elements of Eastern cultures, traditions, and religions and kind of incorporated them in their own way to their lifestyle, and how a lot of what's been left behind is protectors and guardians, because when you expose yourself to the spiritual world, obviously you don't want to be open to everything. So that's where the protectors and guardians come in, right? The host discusses this also in terms of your habitual practices. So how eating well is an act of guardianship because you're nourishing your body, which is therefore preventing diseases, or meditating being an act of guardianship because it keeps you less anxious. You know, it keeps you away from anxiety. It could be taking a walk at at the local park. That's an act of guardianship because it calms your nervous system and it's better for your health, you know, and how there are all these things that we do that are protecting us in one way or another. And I was thinking about that. I was thinking about how nice it is to view the ways I take care of myself as guardianship instead of just things that I should do or I have to do. And mind you, like, I love taking care of myself. Like, it's my favorite thing. It's my favorite thing. I'm saying all this, and I think it's relevant to say because we need to be taking care of ourselves to the best of our ability more than ever recently, because do I have to say it? Do I have to say that we are like in a fascist state? Our president is like a fascist. Germany is literally warning us about his actions because of you know who from the past who was a failed artist. Can't relate. Yeah, it's important that we take care of ourselves and we return to our daily practices of guardianship that might seem so small to you, because if we can show up for ourselves in that way, then we are able to show up for our communities in those same ways. We're able to show up for our neighbors in those same ways. I think more or less I've made my point. It's easy to feel overwhelmed right now. Trust me, like it's easier said than done. It's important that we are not selfish, but that we are making space for our own well-being. I don't think there's anything else to say. I know that this video might have taken a turn, but this is how I feel, and this has been true throughout the whole process that you just watched. I want to say thank you so much for watching this video if you've made it this far. I know that I don't have the best camera quality. I know that the lighting has been not the best either. You know, we're working with what we got, and I appreciate you being here. I wish you well, and stay safe. Take care of yourselves. Thank you for watching.